My name is Cami Shabazz. I am currently a nursing student at UNCW, and today we're going to be talking about nutraceuticals and how they are controversial sometimes. So the article that I found was on BBC. It's called COVID-19, Can Boosting Your Immune System Protect You? So I decided it was relevant to what's going on today, and it's in regards to nutraceuticals and functional foods, so I figured it was the perfect topic to discuss. Nutraceuticals can definitely be a controversial topic, so I figured why not? So let's dive in. Nutraceuticals, what are they? Kind of confusing sometimes, but basically the term nutraceutical was coined by the Foundation for Innovation in Medicine back in 1989. Basically, it's any substance that can be considered a food or part of a food, and it's supposedly supposed to have a lot of health benefits. So the products can range anywhere from dietary supplements, which is typically what we know them as, isolated nutrients, herbal products, or genetically designed foods, GMOs. Dietary supplements are a lot more popular. Typically people know what dietary supplements are, but the Dietary Supplement Health Act of 1994 basically was meant to protect the rights of consumers so that they have access to dietary supplements in order to promote good health. But it includes a provision stating that ingredients are exempt from drug regulations. So basically anything that goes through the FDA needs to be tested, and they have to show that it actually has positive results before it can go into the market, where dietary supplements do not have to go through any of that regulation. Clearly, that can be very controversial for some people. Specifically today, we're going to talk about probiotics. The article on BBC basically talked about a number of different controversial claims and how different nutraceuticals and food supplements can boost your immunity and help protect against COVID-19. This is clearly a controversial issue because while there are a lot of wellness experts who claim that certain dietary supplements can help boost your immunity, science definitely disagrees. Evidence is low as to whether or not certain dietary supplements can work. Problem is, because it doesn't go through FDA regulations, we don't really know. It's kind of hard to say whether or not these nutraceuticals could actually help. This is also kind of dangerous just because right now everyone's emotions are at an all-time high. People are scared, and when they read something like a probiotic can boost my immunity, clearly they're going to go out and buy probiotics. Don't buy supplements off Amazon. If I could teach you one thing, that's it. We'll dive a little bit more into the benefits and some of the negatives of taking probiotics and whether or not I would include it in my own clinical practice. Basically, let's start with just talking about what probiotics are. I know that a lot of people have probably heard of them. Places like Japan, they use it all the time in fermentation. Things like miso, sake, natto, pickles, a lot of other things. It's just grown a lot of popularity everywhere around the world. And basically they're just microorganisms, so things like yogurt, kombucha, kefir, sauerkraut, basically anything fermented, and everything that we eat. The supplement form, though, that was actually originally founded from a 19th century Bulgarian scientist. I'm going to butcher the name. Ilya Ilyich Mechnikov. He was a Nobel Prize winner, and he is what they basically consider the granddaddy of probiotics. He was the first one to actually put it into a supplement form and into the form that we now know of as like a probiotic pill. He noted that there was a population of people that were living longer and just seemed to be healthier. And he attributed all of that to their lifestyle and the fact that they ate a diet full of good bacteria. And so what he decided was, rather than eating all of that food, he would just eat the good bacteria. The probiotic supplement is born. Probiotics have definitely gained a lot of attention over the last decade, as I had mentioned earlier. You can see it basically all over social media now. Wellness experts, Pinterest users, basically everybody on social media claims that probiotics can work magic. But science kind of seems to disagree. Evidence is low. One 2015 review actually found that probiotics, they actually reduced the number of upper respiratory tract infections that people got, or it just lessened the severity of the symptoms. That's kind of one of the reasons why a lot of people are claiming that probiotics can help with COVID-19. There's, at this point, zero evidence that shows probiotics can really do anything for COVID-19. The most promising research that they have on probiotics at this point is that there are positive results for disorders like C. diff, diarrhea, bacterial vaginosis, UTIs, atopic dermatitis, really a lot of GI issues. That's really where people see the most benefits. Again, research is low. They haven't really been able to prove the mechanism of action for any of this, but based on people's reports, that's kind of where everyone gets the idea that probiotics do greatly benefit them in their health journey. So, according to immunologist Iran Elinay, they conducted a study and they ended up seeing that healthy volunteers were actually resistant to probiotic strains that they were giving their participants, and that actually it couldn't colonize in their GI tract. A lot of times when you get a probiotic supplement as a dietary supplement at any sort of, like GNC or Vitamin Shop, any of those sort of places, they are a dietary supplement and they do not actually have to disclose what strands of probiotic are inside of that supplement. Basically, this suggests that probiotics should not just be given as like a one-size-fits-all plan. Really, it should be a lot more subjective, and people should work directly with a nutritionist, directly with a registered dietitian, directly with a healthcare provider, so that they know exactly what the issue they are facing is and what type of strain they should be taking in order to solve that issue. In terms of whether or not I would use it in my clinical practice, I think I'm kind of up in the air on that, honestly. Personally, I have used probiotics in the past. I used them for a very long time, actually. I will say that I didn't really see a change. I just didn't. What I did end up doing was stopping all supplementation, and I just started incorporating more fermented foods into my diet. So I started eating a lot more kimchi. I was drinking apple cider vinegar almost every single day. Basically any fermented food, I was just trying to incorporate it more into my diet and completely stop the supplementation, and that's really when I saw a difference. Metchnikoff and I definitely have a different approach. He was like, screw the sour milk, I'm gonna take the supplement, just want the good bacteria. I think I'm more so like, I'm good on the supplements, I'm just going to have a very diverse diet and see where that goes. But again, research has shown, especially the most recent research, has shown that it's not a one-size-fits-all plan. It really is more subjective. And I definitely am a firm believer that you should be good at getting all supplementation from food first. That's kind of where I stand on that personally. Again, I just want to mention too that it's really important to know that in the United States, probiotics are sold as dietary supplements. And what that means is the FDA does not regulate it, and anything could be in that. They don't need to actually let you know what's inside of it. Which can be very controversial. And really, when you're talking about curing something like COVID-19, especially something that's been causing so much hysteria in the media, I really think it's dangerous to make claims that probiotics can help prevent it or help cure it. It's just really dangerous, in my opinion. Kombucha is not going to cure COVID-19. I think it's important to know that probiotics do have a lot of benefits. Evidence is low. Remember that. There are a lot of benefits, but there are also a lot of negatives. I think that's about all I got.